Welcome back to the class, students. So today we are going to start the new chapter, which is chapter 7, Conservation of Plants and Animals. Basically in this chapter, what we are going to study here, we are having the chapter outline. We will be studying here about the biodiversity, which is the biological diversity. What is it? It is existence of a wide range of different organisms at a given place. We are having a huge variety of organisms living at a given place. After biodiversity, we will be studying about the different living organisms here, about the flora and the fauna, then about the deforestation, conservation of forests. जब deforestation के बारे में बात करेंगे तो ये भी जानेंगे कि कंजर्व करना अभी फॉरेस्ट को बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. We will be studying about the wildlife, conservation of that wildlife, or simply the biodiversity. We will be studying about the species that are in danger. We will study about the extinct species, endangered species, vulnerable species, rare species. After that, we will be discussing about the protected areas like the biosphere reserves, national parks, the zoological parks. All these things we will be discussing. Then about the red data book, that is very important. And at last, we will be discussing about the recycling of paper and reforestation and the famous conservation programs which have been developed by the government. So let's get started with this chapter. This is actually very interesting part. See, a large variety of plants, animals and various microorganisms are present on this planet on which we are living, that is the earth. These are the living natural resources. जितने भी plants, animals, microorganisms हैं which are having life, they are the living natural resources. Although they are natural, but they are living also. In addition to these living natural resources, there are other natural resources also. They are also natural, but they are not having any life. For example, we are having the air, water, land or soil, and the sunlight, or we can call it as the energy of the sun. These all constitute the non-living natural resources. So basically we are having natural resources divided in the two categories. First one is the living natural resources and second one is the non-living natural resources. Now when we are talking about the living things, we will be discussing about the non-living things also. All the living things, they are dependent on the non-living natural resources. Like we humans also, we are dependent over these natural resources which are non-living. We cannot survive without the sun, without air, without water. We cannot actually imagine our life without them. So all the living things which are having life, that means all the living natural resources, they are dependent over the non-living natural resources. Keep it in mind, we are talking here about the natural resources only. So there needs to be a balance between them. दोनों के बीच में balance बनाना बहुत important है. अगर natural resources के बारे में हम बात कर रहे हैं और non-living natural resources अगर हम use ही ना कर पाए, so we cannot imagine our life without them. So there need to be a balance which is to be maintained between the non-living natural resources and the living natural resources. But nowadays, when the human population is increasing, with this increase in human population, the demand for all these natural resources is also increasing. This has increased tremendously. So that is why when we are having the demand, when we are having the increased demand, so definitely there the point comes that we need to conserve all these natural resources. जितने भी natural resources हैं उनकी conservation हमारे लिए बहुत important हो जाती है क्योंकि उनकी demand बहुत ज़्यादा है. So conservation of these natural resources are having two aspects. Basically aim क्या है इनको conserve करने के लिए? First one is to ensure a continuous availability of useful plants, animals and materials for the future generations. ताकि जो coming generations हैं, future generations हैं, उनके लिए भी continuous availability हो. हमें ये इंश्योर करना पड़ेगा दैट our further generations which are yet to come, they will be also having the availability of these natural resources. They will also have the continuous availability of all these natural resources. We have to ensure it. Next, we have to preserve the quality of our environment. अगर हम इन्हें conserve नहीं करेंगे, then the quality of our environment will be lost. So it is the point of thinking that we have to conserve all the natural resources to maintain the balance between the two, and we have to conserve them for the future generations also. So after that, let's just get started with the chapter, and first topic will be the biodiversity.
Biodiversity, or the biological diversity, actually refers to the existence of a wide range of different types of organisms in a given place at a given time. When one talks of the biodiversity of a particular region or of the earth as a whole, it is not evenly distributed across the earth. The maximum biodiversity actually occurs in a forest. And the regions which are rich in biodiversity, they are called the megadiversity centers. Let me tell you, there are 12 megadiversity centers in the whole world, and India is also one of them.
So it is all known that when we are talking about the biodiversity of a particular region, या हम पूरे अर्थ की अगर बात कर रहे हैं, it is not distributed evenly across the earth. Where we are having the regions of water, there we will be having different biodiversity. In the hot regions, we will be having different species, and in the cold regions or in the polar regions, we will be having different species. It is not necessary that it should be evenly distributed all over the earth. No, it depends upon what kind of environment is there, what kind of climatic conditions are there, किस तरीके का टेम्परेचर है वहाँ पर, किस तरीके का एनवायरनमेंट है, कैसा क्लाइमेट है, कैसी वहाँ की ज़मीन है, किस तरीके के वहाँ पे अवेलेबिलिटी है फूड की या शेल्टर की. That depends upon that, and that actually decides what kind of species will be available at which place. So when we are talking about the biodiversity of any given region, I am saying that it is not uniformly distributed across the earth. हर जगह अर्थ पर सेम बायोडाइवर्सिटी नहीं है. सबसे ज्यादा बायोडाइवर्सिटी कहाँ पाई जाती है? In the forest region, because all the different species which we are talking about, they can be found in the forests. जहाँ पर living areas हैं, where we have constructed our homes, different flats, in that area we cannot find the biodiversity. So that can be maximally found in the forest regions. So those regions which are rich in the biodiversity, they are called as the megadiversity center. Why they are called as megadiversity center? Because we can find different living species there. We can find the diversity in the mega form. So that is why we are calling them as the megadiversity centers. तो अगर megadiversity centers की बात करूँ तो all over the world we are having 12 megadiversity centers, and India is also one of them. In the India, we can also find different species, or we can say biodiversity. Got it? Now, when we are discussing about the biodiversity, the first thing which we must discuss, that is the flora and the fauna. And this is the very important topic of this part. Now, what are flora and what is fauna? Flora or fauna होता क्या है? All the plants that can be found in a particular area, these are termed as flora, and all the animals or the microorganisms that can be found in a particular area, that are referred to as the fauna. That means flora में हम लोग बात करेंगे different species of the plants, and in the fauna part we will be discussing about the different species of the animals and the microorganisms. Now, when we place the flora and fauna together, they form the biodiversity of that region. जब हम बात करेंगे फ्लोरा की तो हम सिर्फ प्लांट्स के बारे में पढ़ेंगे, जब हम बात करेंगे फौना की तब हम सिर्फ एनिमल्स के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे. बट व्हेन वी विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट द बायोडाइवर्सिटी, दैट मींस वी आर कंबाइनिंग फ्लोरा एंड फौना. तब हम लोग फ्लोरा और फौना को डिस्टिंग्विश नहीं करेंगे. देन वी विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट द डिफरेंट स्पीसीज. दे मे बी ऑफ द फ्लोरा पार्ट, दे मे बी ऑफ द फौना पार्ट. गॉट इट? नाउ the point comes that we are making advancement in the technologies. हम लोग जगह जगह पर plants लगा रहे हैं. Plants, living plants नहीं. We are setting up industries and factories at different places. I'm talking about those plants. सो टेक्नोलॉजी आ रही है, एडवांसमेंट कर रहे हैं हम, जगह जगह पर हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, फैक्ट्रीज इंस्टॉल कर रहे हैं, इंडस्ट्रीज प्लेस कर रहे हैं. सो उससे हो क्या रहा है? फॉर दैट वी नीड लैंड. और लैंड के लिए हम लोग क्या करते हैं? वी सिंपली क्लियर द लैंड, वी सिंपली कट द प्लांट्स. अब अगर ऐसे ही हम लोग एडवांसमेंट करते रहेंगे, अगर लैंड को हम लोग ऑक्यूपाई करते रहेंगे विद द इंक्रीजिंग पॉपुलेशन, इफ वी आर यूजिंग द लैंड फॉर कंस्ट्रक्शन पर्पस, we are depleting that forest part. क्या कर रहे हैं हम? डिफॉरेस्टेशन कर रहे हैं, ट्रीज को कट कर रहे हैं. सो ऑल दीज ह्यूमन एक्टिविटीज लाइक डिफॉरेस्टेशन and also some natural causes like climatic changes, pollution, and when we are exploiting the natural resources, जब हम उनको ओवर यूज कर रहे हैं, एक्सेस यूज कर रहे हैं, उनके ऊपर हार्मफुल इफेक्ट्स डाल रहे हैं. ऑल्सो सर्टेन नेचुरल थिंग्स लाइक द क्लाइमेट चेंज, पोल्यूशन एंड द नेचुरल कैलेमिटीज जैसे फ्लड्स हैं, अर्थक्वेक्स हैं, ये क्या करते हैं? दे कॉज हार्म टू द biodiversity of earth. And when the biodiversity of earth is harmed, definitely they will be disturbing the balance of an ecosystem. Ecosystem का balance सारा गड़बड़ा जाएगा. They will disturb the balance of the ecosystem. So we have to take care of our biodiversity and we have to conserve it. So here we will be discussing about the factors which are affecting the biodiversity. Biodiversity को कौन affect कर रहा है? Deforestation, forest की cutting क्या कर रही है? Biodiversity को ही directly affect कर रही है. What is deforestation? Clearing of the forest by simply cutting down the trees on a large scale. और उसी लैंड को हम लोग अपने कंस्ट्रक्शन पर्पसेस के लिए यूज करते हैं. सो दीज फैक्टर्स आर एक्चुअली अफेक्टिंग द बायोडाइवर्सिटी. अगर हम लोग कॉन्टिन्यूअसली ट्रीज को कट करते रहेंगे, फॉरेस्ट को क्लियर करते रहेंगे और वहां पर अपनी कंस्ट्रक्शन करते रहेंगे, देन वी आर सिंपली टेकिंग द होम्स ऑफ दीज लिविंग बीइंग्स, दीज डिफरेंट स्पीसीज. जितने भी एनिमल्स हैं और जितने भी फ्लोरा फौना, इनका क्या कर रहे हैं हम? इनकी जगह हम लोग ले रहे हैं. वी आर सिंपली टेकिंग देयर होम्स. एनिमल्स वेयर दे विल लिव. अगर सभी फॉरेस्ट खत्म हो जाएंगे तो ये लोग रहेंगे कहाँ? बट दिस इज एक्चुअली 1-to-1 थिंग. ह्यूमन पॉपुलेशन इतनी ज्यादा इंक्रीज हो रही है दैट डिमांड फॉर द प्लेस फॉर कंस्ट्रक्टिंग हाउस is increasing. That is why the trees are cut or the forests are cleared. So let's discuss all these factors which are affecting the biodiversity, like the pollution, climate change, deforestation, these natural calamities. Let's discuss all these things one by one.
Thank you